Earlier this month, we lost one of kickboxing's greatest legends. For more on that, let's send it back up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if I can have your attention for an important moment as we pause to recognize the recent passing of a legend of kickboxing. Truly one of the sport's all-time greats, Ramon Dekkers recently passed away at the young age of 43. Having captured the Muay Thai world title an unprecedented 8 times, he was a beloved pioneer of kickboxing, an inspiration to many, and he will be dearly, dearly missed. Tonight, Glory dedicates this event in his name. And at this time, I'd like to ask you to please be upstanding and remain silent as our timekeeper tolls 10 in honor of the fallen champion, Ramon the Diamond Dekkers.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, tonight's main event! Tyrone Spong versus Remy Bonjasky!
My name is Remy Bonjasky.
My name is Tyrone Spong. They call me the King of the Ring.
I will give Tyrone Spong the toughest fight you ever had.
Remy is one of the all-time greats. He's a legend in the sport. My intentions are always that I want to knock somebody out, so that's what I'm going to try and do.
My flying knee is going to take Tyrone Spong out.
I got knockouts everywhere, in my hands and my feet, so I'm an all-round knockout artist.
I never fought in London, and I think London's a great city. I'm gonna kick some ass.
Tyrone, the King of the Ring, Spong. In 2000, he turned pro at the age of 18, and he won 12 fights in that 1 year. And he's a very aggressive fighter, always pushes the pace, smothered the great Peter Arts when they fought, and then crashed Peter Arts and burned him with a big punch combination.
Spong has knockout power in both hands.
He also has knockout power in both feet. He's currently training and has been training in mixed martial arts. Just made his debut in MMA at the World Series of Fighting. This guy is a real combat sports athlete. He'll fight anybody, anytime. Trains with Rashad Evans. Trains with heavyweight UFC superstar Alistair Overeem. This man means business. They don't call him the king of the ring for nothing.
From the Netherlands, Remy
Remy, the Flying Gentleman Bonjasky, is a veteran of 108 fights. Flying knees, jump roundhouse kicks, in place the flying knee the way most people use a jab, works as a model on the side and always stays sharply dressed. And his last outing, last time we saw him in glory, was on December 31st, 2012, and it was a rough night for him. He said it was the worst night of his career. He barely made a decision against Philippe Verlinden and then lost a decision to newcomer Jamal Ben Sadiq.
Bonjasky's been around the game a long time, and like you said, Stephen, with 104 fights, the question is, what's left? What's left in Bonjasky? What's left to accomplish, and does he still have the hunger that made him the greatest on the planet? The big number to look at here on the tail of the tape is the 10 years that Spong is the junior of Remy Bonjasky. Does the young lion take control of this pride, or will Bonjasky stay the king?
And for our main event, let's send it up to Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the XL Arena here in London for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Glory Sports International. And tonight's bouts are directed under the auspices of the Glory World Federation. All right, fans, here we go with the Glory 5 main event. 3-minute rounds in this special heavyweight attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and kickboxing fans joining us around the world, live from London, it's time for Glory. Introducing to you first, on my right, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and white trunks. He weighed in at 102 kilograms. Originally from Suriname, now fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, in the United States, and Amsterdam. His outstanding record includes 85 wins, 5 losses, with 56 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the young kickboxing superstar known as the King of the Ring, introducing Tyrone Spong. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim. He weighed in at 103 1/2 kilos. Hailing from the Netherlands, his career spans 108 fights, including 98 wins, 10 losses, and 36 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 3-time World Grand Prix champion and one of kickboxing's all-time greats, introducing the Flying Gentleman, Remy Bonjasky. charge now to give instructions, Joop Ubeda.
Okay, fighters, I want a clean fight. You know the rules. No headbutts, no elbows, no clenching the lower back. After making one break is break, stop y'all, okay? If it's a good fight, shake hands and watch the back.
Right away we see the height advantage that Bonjasky has over Spong. Both men have extremely strong corners. There's Ivan Hippolyte giving last-minute instructions. One of the great trainers in Holland, and of course, Tyrone Spong has Rob Kamen and Rashad Evans, the former UFC light heavyweight champion, in his corner. And Spong presses forward. We pretty much know that Spong is going to want to throw some punches, but he landed a good left low kick there.
Yeah, that's what Bonjasky said. He said he's lost his speed in kicking now. He's mostly just a puncher now that he's a bigger man. He said he's going to kick the puncher.
Well, we're seeing Bonjasky throw a lot of kicks right off the bat, and a left kick landed upside the right arm of Spong. Good, right? That's a beautiful left front kick by Spong. Right up the middle. It landed perfectly.
Nice counter.
It's a perfect sweep move. Spong.
Oh, nice work.
Beautiful punch combination to the body and then to the head by Tyrone Spong. Spong keeping Bonjasky trapped in the corner momentarily with 2 minutes left here in round number 1. There's the leg grab again. We're gonna, Spong is, hopefully he doesn't get a point deduction for doing that. Hopefully, because this is not an MMA fight.
Well, you can't hold the foot, though.
Yeah. You can grab it and hold it for a second.
Yeah.
But then you have to let go or do something.
Yeah, you get a counter immediately.
Yeah.
Nice kick for kick. Spong doing some nice inside leg kicks, round kicks there. Just almost took the legs out from Bonjasky. Spong using that kick quite well, and the hands.
It's a 1-2-3 with that liver shot to end things for Spong. Spong has been a sharp puncher, 1 minute left. Bonjasky hasn't been able to find his distance or his rhythm yet here in round number 1.
Well, Bonjasky said he was going to feel him out in round number 1, and number 2 he was going to go for it. I don't know if he's felt him out yet, because it looks like Spong's coming on.
Well, he's felt his punches, that's for sure. Spong is just the sharper fighter right now. Playing the waiting game.
Yeah.
Spong with some head movement, standing on the outside, probably confident that he's got the round in the bag. But Remy Bonjasky is very hard to finish. Got one of the greatest defenses in the game. Bonjasky blasting away with the right roundhouse kick to the body, then the left.
End of round 1.
Spong marches him down.
Spong there getting advice from his corner. Probably the advice would be do the same thing in round 2,
Yeah,
because
that's what I tell him.
Yeah, because he kept his distance, took his shots, landed his combination.
I like his aggressiveness and his forward movement. That was a beautiful deep kick that tasted some toast. Bonjasky eating some toenails right there. Beautiful shot, well-timed, lifted, pushed it straight out, and then waiting for the counter punch. Totally in range. Spong's got a great look in his eye. He's very focused. And he's kicking a lot more than we thought he would be.
Spong unanimously took round number 1 with our 5 judges. Bonjasky knows he's got to get things started here in round number 2.
Round 2.
Remy Bonjasky in the red gloves, Tyrone Spong in the blue gloves. Spong leading 1 round, heading here into number 2.
Well, Bonjasky told me he'd go for it in this round. They kick, and then try to knock him out.
wants to sweep. Bonjasky in trouble up against the ropes.
Spong doing something very clever, holding the foot up on his arm instead of just holding it.
Two of our greatest heavyweights here in glory.
Wow.
We've got more great heavyweights coming at you. April 6th, Gokhan Saki comes in to face Daniel Gita, and that's the number 2 and number 3 heavyweights in glory in Istanbul, April 6th. Don't miss it. GloryWorldSeries.com. The pay-per-view will be available. Bonjasky peppering with the jab. Because further down the road, Frank, both these men are thinking, well, where am I going to stand in the rankings? Where am I going to stand in that heavyweight Grand Slam tournament? Oh, my Lord!
Massive right hand sends Bonjasky sleeping through the bottom rope. He's not moving.
Tyrone Spong has knocked out Remy Bonjasky here in round number 2.
Spong's punching power comes through. Bonjasky said he would kick the puncher, said he would knock him out in the second round, but instead falls victim to a massive right hand that sends him careening through the bottom rope.
Bonjasky just could never get out of first gear in the first and second round. Tyrone Spong stayed patient, stayed relaxed, endured whatever Bonjasky had, and then finished the job here in round number 2.
And here is the final seconds with Spong holding that range. He took a quick knee there, but that chopping round right that went around the gloves of Bonjasky and caught him right on the chin and crumbled him straight to the canvas. Here it is again. Bonjasky trying to smother him, brings that knee up, which landed right on the chin, but boom, gets hit instead right on the button for it, and had no recovery for it. This was a knee to the chin followed by a good night, Irene. Tyrone Spong moving up in weight. Looks like he has even more punching power.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds in round number 2. He is the winner by way of knockout, the King